From the very top, this wasn't necessarily her recollection.
Reputationally, for him, it was a massive turn-off. He became a joke.
Meghan Markle, behind Prince Harry's bombshell statement that has blown up peace talks with Buckingham Palace.
From the very instant the news hit, you could feel it in your chest. That electric hum of something colossal, something seismic, shaking the very foundation of the palace. Reporters froze mid-breath. Pundits sat rigid, words caught in their throats. Every YouTube notification chimed like a warning siren. And then, without warning, the palace, the same fortress of silence, the same vault of polished restraint, spoke. When that happens, the air itself seems to shiver. The world awoke to one incendiary phrase lighting up every feed. Insiders confirmed it. The prince had reached a breaking point, resisting Meghan Markle's relentless control. No explanation was necessary. Everyone knew exactly who was at the center of the storm. The timing? Brutal. Just hours earlier, Meghan had taken the stage at another impeccably staged conference, delivering another meticulously polished manifesto about narrative reclamation. Only this time, the edges were sharper, the pauses tighter, the cracks of strain impossible to miss. Observers noticed the clipped tone, the forced smile, the repeated references to being silenced in a room full of witnesses who hung on every word. And yet, that alone wouldn't have set the palace into motion. What ignited the chain reaction was far deeper, hidden behind the gloss. Fictional insiders claim it came during Harry and Meghan's latest PR relaunch, a gleaming, cinematic attempt to reshape public perception. Between staged photos, curated sincerity, and deliberate pauses meant to restore trust, something inside Harry finally shattered. I miss the UK. I miss parts of it. Of course I do, he admitted, voice heavy, eyes hollow. Witnesses described him as drained, as if the weight of the world pressed on him, desperate to escape anywhere at all. Meanwhile, Meghan, perfect, polished, precise, kept steering the narrative. She corrected him mid-sentence, gripped his arm whenever he strayed even a millimeter from the script. And the tension? It bled through the screen. Viewers didn't just see it, they felt it. Twitter erupted. He looks about to cry. Trapped. This is unbearable. 10 minutes later, the clip hit TikTok. 30 minutes later, it had 2 million views. By noon, it was everywhere. Then came the shockwave. A palace aide, speaking in that cold, eerily calm tone royals are born with, delivered a single, devastating line to the press. The Duke has reached an emotional threshold. His well-being is now a priority concern. No blame. No accusation, just a sentence that carried the weight of centuries. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't about rebranding, podcasts, or media wars. It was about Harry the man, the son, the brother, and the unmistakable truth that he was cracking under pressure. Not royal pressure, not media pressure, personal pressure. Even the tabloids faltered, if only for a moment. Commentators paused their rehearsed outrage and repeated the same sentiment in unison. He looks broken. And that's when the palace, the ancient, precise machine, the institution honed over centuries, quietly moved. Gears shifted in silent corridors, not for vengeance, not for pride, but out of raw concern for one of their own. You could almost feel the pulse of the palace itself adjusting, protecting, containing. The world didn't see it yet, but the stage had already been set. Many have weighed in, but let's focus on the method, the weapon Harry wielded without knowing it. The technique. Misdirection wrapped in humor, a subtle deflection as old as royalty itself. Insiders revealed Harry reached out to a long-trusted confidant, someone from the life he once knew, and the floodgates collapsed. This wasn't a scandal, not a tabloid confession. It was raw, human, devastatingly real. He admitted to feeling crushed, adrift, suffocated. Those words didn't just ripple. They rang alarms throughout the palace corridors, sharp and urgent. Meanwhile, across the ocean in California, Meghan erupted. Furious at the public reading of the footage, her team launched into immediate action, spinning, reframing, reassembling the narrative with surgical precision. Harry was supposedly fine. The rumors, they insisted, were baseless. Yet the public didn't buy it. Ordinary viewers, no agendas, no PR motives, were seeing pain etched across a man's face. One body language expert, inevitably appearing like a harbinger in times like this, pointed out the unmistakable signs: exhaustion radiating from his shoulders, defeat bleeding from every movement. Even the skeptics had to admit, Prince William's warnings about Harry's relationship had shadowed the truth all along. The clip was dissected, slowed, magnified frame by frame. The world collectively inhaled, witnessing a prince who once sparkled with mischief now appear as a mere ghost of himself. Meghan's defenders rushed to claim misinterpreted fatigue, yet even the most loyal couldn't rationalize why the palace had stepped in. The palace doesn't speak for drama, they speak when danger looms, when a life is teetering on the edge. And that's exactly what this felt like: a man overstretched, trapped in a life that doesn't fit, unable to escape without consequences. Late that night, a new leak dropped. Harry withdrew from a high-profile engagement, citing personal reasons. Shockwaves. Huge. The Sussexes don't cancel lightly. Every event is a weapon in their publicity arsenal. Commentators scrambled. X ignited. Theories multiplied. Something raw, unfiltered, irrepressible was unfolding. The questions were relentless. Had Meghan pushed him too far? Was the pressure finally breaking him? And what did the palace know? What had it feared enough to intervene now? Then came the ripple that detonated the narrative. Phones buzzed relentlessly. Morning shows pivoted mid-script. Even royal reporters spat coffee mid-sip. Meghan moved fast, striking with surgical precision. Her team blasted statements. Harry was merely resting. The footage misrepresented. The palace statement misunderstood. But palace words aren't misinterpreted. Each line is crafted by legions of PR architects, measured to the millisecond. If they signal struggle, they mean every nuance. The public saw through her spin. Still, Meghan doubled down. Cameras caught her at a charity gala. Flawless hair, calibrated smile, radiating perfection. Yet the eyes betrayed her, flickers of irritation, barely contained fury. Across the Atlantic, Buckingham Palace shifted into overdrive. William convened advisors and mental health experts, not to battle Meghan, but to safeguard Harry. Despite the drama, William still saw his little brother, the boy he had sworn to protect. Advisors counseled caution. A direct approach could backfire. So the palace acted subtly, elegantly, perfectly British. A single, silent gesture, an old photograph of the brothers, arms around each other, smiles frozen in time. No caption, no explanation. And the internet exploded. Public sympathy pivoted. For the first time in years, it wasn't Meghan commanding the orbit, it was Harry. The palace was attempting a rescue. Meghan's PR team scrambled. Photos surfaced of the couple laughing in Montecito, smiles unnervingly staged, hands perfectly positioned. TikTok analysts dissected every micro-expression. Twitter ridiculed the lighting. Instagram whispered, "He looks checked out." But the palace wasn't finished. Insider whispers claimed Harry was plotting a semi-permanent return to the UK in 2026, seeking stability, homesickness subtly encoded in a public leak, neither his words nor hers, but a deliberate, calculated signal. Meghan erupted in Montecito, demanding to know who was leaking to London. The atmosphere grew combustible. Voices rose. Tensions crackled. In solitude, Harry retreated to his home office, not to strategize, not to spin, but to reach out to someone from the life he had left behind. And there, finally, the dam broke. Tears, not of anger, but of suffocating exhaustion. Torn between worlds, identities, loyalties, futures. When he returned to the hall, Meghan awaited, arms crossed. "Are you with me? Or against me?" Her words hung in the air like a guillotine. Harry, desperate for the UK, teetered on the edge of collapse. The global audience held its breath. He didn't answer. He walked past, slow, hollow, detached. Silence, a weapon Meghan couldn't command, stretched between them. She followed, frustration sharpening with every step. And then the next eruption, a leak, fragmented but incendiary, revealed Harry's emotional phone call to the UK. Not the content, just enough to ignite a wildfire. #PrayForHarry trended globally. Talk shows froze. Even late-night comedians paused mid-joke. For Meghan, the quake was existential. The story wasn't villainizing her, it was rendering her irrelevant. This wasn't a PR battle. This was Harry's life spilling through cracks. She scrambled, denial, reframing, softening. It was futile. People craved the story of a man torn between two worlds. For the first time, the spotlight wasn't hers. That perhaps terrified her most. While Meghan thrived on applause, Harry thrived on protection, and that day, the palace offered it silently, deliberately. Inside Buckingham Palace, William paced, jaw tight, older than his years, not in anger, but fear. Advisors debated. Caution. Action. Truth. Is he safe? The question alone shook the room. Meanwhile, Meghan paced for a different reason. Narrative gravity was slipping. Her story was no longer the orbit. That night, she summoned her PR generals. Calm, controlled, ruthless. We won't let them make him weak. He's not fragile. This is spin, and we fight it. Even they knew this wasn't spin. This was reality. Harry, alone in the Montecito garden, stone steps beneath him, stared into the fading light. Hollow, distant, unpolishable. A man nearing his limits. And then, a single palace whisper changed everything. There are growing concerns for the Duke's long-term well-being. Suddenly, it wasn't gossip. Not drama. Not intrigue. It was an alarm, raised by the very institution Meghan had spent years accusing. Hollywood noticed. Politicians noticed. Even strangers stopped scrolling. Meghan's fear sharpened. She had lost control. No idea of the calls, the confidants, the cracks, the reaches. The palace sensed it. They moved like shadows between Harry and the storm. 3 cars slipped into Kensington. Late-night consultations. Silent.